Hey everyone, how you doing today? Let's just take the time to draw something randomly. I like to draw dragons, creatures of fantasy. And I've drawn enough over the years where I can draw one pretty decently. This dragon's going to kind of get a little bit smushed in the face there. So that's just something that happens sometimes. Got to make room for the rest of the dragon. And I failed to do that. So this is the dragon's nose. Okay, this is nostril. There's some teeth coming down here. And we can imagine like the front of the dragon's nose is right there. Okay. And the dragon is like, yeah, oh yeah. Let me just breathe some fire on everyone. Okay, make them all toasty and crispy. Woo-wee. The fire is beginning to burn, coming out of the dragon's mouth there quite efficiently. Gonna burn all the villagers to a crisp and then eat them because that makes them nice and tasty when they're cooked. Dragons like their food cooked and they're quite efficient at doing that. I like the look of this dragon so far. Not all dragons turn out pretty well. This one. Then we got the dragon's neck as it comes down. Boom. Yep. Let me just adjust the camera there. This is like the dragon's back. It's got like this flowing mane of scales and maybe like dragon's hair. Some dragons have hair coming out of their body. There might be like some hair coming out here, you know. So dragons age. They got scales. Maybe they got hair. Maybe they don't. Maybe they've got a beard coming down here. And you can imagine the rest of the dragons here, and then you can imagine the fire is like, whoosh. Yeah, mighty dragon. We'll finish this off here to make it a little bit more buttoned up. We'll button it up right here. Now the fun part now is to draw all the scales, right? Just kind of imagine, a bunch of scales, but that would take quite a bit of time. I'll draw just a couple here just to get kind of an idea. And then you just not all scales are the same size. Some are smaller, some are bigger than others. You just keep going all the way amongst the dragon. And you got to be careful. Around the nose, they're going to be super tiny. And they'll get larger and larger and larger, And then around the eye, they'll get tiny. Little tiny scales, And then they might get larger here, and then they get down into here. You know what I mean? Then you get into little details. A little bit of fine details there to make the dragon a little bit more fierce looking. This is a fierce dragon. Very angry because it's hungry. And the villagers did not provide their gold payment as they were promised they would do, because they made a deal with this dragon that this dragon would be paid in 10,000 gold pieces once a month to appease him, because dragons love shiny gold pieces. especially the ones that I create. The villagers could not come up with their payment, so they must pay. And this dragon is hungry at the same time. Dragons don't eat very often, but when they do, they can eat. Yes. Finish up the teeth there. See, not all the teeth are the same size. Maybe one is broken. Maybe like one of these teeth like broke right here. Maybe one of them is cracked. Maybe one of them is broken off. Like this last one here. It's the only one I drew that was broken off. We'll draw another one that's like broke. Yeah, the ones in the back are broke because it chewed on some of its meal. And yeah, that's just what happens. It's got like a tiny head and like a big lower jaw. And I think that works out. I think this dragon looks nice and fierce. Have a good day. Hope you enjoyed this dragon drawing.